What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, I'm getting requests. People want me to show them how I create those chat bots that I talked about in an earlier update with GPT. So I'm going to break it down for you, very simple. And by the time you get through watching this, you will understand how to interact with GPT and make it do what you want it to do, okay? First, let me say this, is that this is chapter 6 of the book that I am writing with ChatGPT and as my writing coach as I write the book, okay? Listen to this. Chapter 6, A Surge of Fortunes. January 27, 2021, the University of Tennessee. Electricity was in the air of the University of Tennessee dorm room, where a band of students united by a common gamble huddled around the glow of a laptop. As the numbers on the screen climbed higher, they became a visual representation of their wildest dreams taking flight. Jake, the de facto leader of the makeshift investor club, couldn't keep the awe out of his voice as he rallied his friends. This isn't just a spike, it's a revolution. Besides him, Beth, the group's skeptic turned believer, watched the numbers with a mix of fear and fascination. It's not only GME, it's AMC too, she said, her voice trembling with the weight of realization. Their collective gaze was locked on the screen as the tickers hit new highs. They spoke in rapid fire about the future. In that moment, student debts were cleared, lives were changed, and some fantasized of traveling the world. Yet, in their fever, they missed the underlying tremor of a ground that was about to give way. I love how this thing reads, people, how this thing can write this book. Carl sat alone, his eyes reflecting the glow of his computer. The number on his trading accounts were beyond what he could have ever imagined, yet his heart pounded, not with just excitement, but also with the gnawing sense of unease. This is it, my big break, he muttered to himself, a manic gleam in his eye. But in the depths of his mind, a voice whispered caution, a remnant of his depressive phases that knew all too well the pain of the fall from grace. All right. Oh, no, I got to read this one to you. As the night deepened, Lena sat in the solitude of her dimly lit apartment, a stark contrast to the boisterous scenes elsewhere. Her screen showed the same soaring stock prices, but for Lena, the stakes were far more personal. If I sell now, I can finally leave him before he finds out, she whispered to herself, her eyes reflecting both hope and fear. The stocks were her lifeline, her chance to escape an abusive relationship and start afresh with her young son. Thank God everything had worked out and she could replace the savings before her husband found out. The punishment would be brutal. I almost want to cry. The voices of Barry and the other YouTubers echoed in her head, urging her to hold on for greater riches. Lena was torn between the imminent safety and freedom selling could bring and the promise of even greater financial security if she held on. As she wrestled with her decision, the clock ticked away, each second a reminder of the crucial crossroads at which she stood, lost in thought, her future hanging in the balance, a poignant reminder of the very real and human side of the markets. Tomorrow I will sell, she finally comes to the conclusion, and get the hell out of here for good. But she never got the chance. Now, people, the reason you saw me get choked up right there is, listen, I'm writing my story, and I'm writing your story. And I know that there are people that represented in this book that are characters that are real, all right, and they face these struggles. And as I'm writing along with the book, and I get to a certain, like chapter 5, and I say, give me the outline for the next 3 chapters, and she does. And my jaw drops. She tells me in chapter 7, somebody dies. And I said, you can't kill that person. And she said, well, they're the most likely person to die, and you said write it as John Grisham and James Patterson and Robert Ludlum, so by chapter 7 they kill somebody. And I said, well, fuck, somebody's got to die then, because I got to keep with their style of writing. Well, this is how it all begins. First off, I am looking for a writing coach. I got an idea for a book. I want to get it done. I need a writing coach. So what do? First step you do is this. The very first thing you want to know is, what skills do I need to be a best-selling author? All right, that's the very first thing I asked ChatGPT. All right, and ChatGPT gave me 15 skills that I would need to have in order to be a best-selling author, okay? Now, it makes no difference what you want your ChatGPT to be. What the very first thing you type in is, what skills would I need to be at whatever you want the ChatGPT to be. For example, let's just say hypothetically you're a private detective, okay, and you want to hire an assistant. So the very first thing you would put would be, what skills would I need to be a private detective? And ChatGPT is going to give you a list of skills that you will need to be a private detective. So what do? You take the list that she gives you from the what skills would I need to be, and you copy it. Now, what do you do with it now that you got it copied? Well, now you come back over to ChatGPT, all right, and you're going to be on your 4. All right, you have to be on ChatGPT 4. You go to Explore, and it's going to bring you to this page. When you get to this page, you won't have these, okay? You just click Create a GPT, and you take what you've copied and you put in there, like I'm doing right here. When you get to Create a GPT, you're going to be here on Create. You click Configure, and then it's going to want you to name your GPT. So you just name it whatever you want. I just come up with different names every time I create a different one. Let's say Jake. My writing assistant. Oop, I misspelled right. You write in there what it is. This is an AI writing assistant. Click the Let's Get Started button to begin. All right, and you named it Jake, my writing assistant. And right here, you can click on that to add an image to it. You can use DALL-E. And what DALL-E's going to do is it's going to look at what you've got written here. It's going to pull an image off the internet and create you a new one for this. 1 second. And there it is. Flashy colors with a typewriter sitting in the middle. So that looks pretty for when you share your link with somebody, okay? So now what you want to do is, you see instructions. You open it up wide. It's going to be clear. And you paste in what your prompt was, okay? So now you're going to tell it you are going to be my AI writing assistant, okay? And you can expound on that even more. You could continue on and say things like this. You will help me craft a best-selling novel. Those are the 2 things that you need to open your prompt with, okay? After that, you take what you've pasted right here and you make it personal to the machine. You say things like this. Instead of strong writing skills, you say this. And it tells you that this is the foundation of being an author, so you know you don't need that. You don't need to tell the machine that. You need to have excellent grammar. It's not that you need to, you have it. You have excellent grammar, vocabulary, and storytelling abilities. Practice writing regularly to improve your skills. You don't need them to do that. Take it out. Creativity. All right, that can come out and save you a couple spaces, but you want to see what it says. Successful authors often come up with unique and engaging ideas for their stories. So you change that sentence and you make it say something like this. You come up with unique and engaging ideas for our stories. Cultivate your creativity by observing the world around you, readily, widely, and brainstorming ideas. We don't need that. Storytelling. The ability to craft compelling narratives is crucial. All right. We could say, take away the storytelling. Your ability to craft compelling narratives is crucial, and you are the world's best at it. Develop your storytelling skills by studying the structure of the novel. So you say, pay attention. And you go on down the list and you do each one of them. I'm going to stop this and do them all real quick. Okay, we got it narrowed down. Let's take a look at what it looks like. You are going to be my AI writing assistant. You're going to be my private detective assistant. You're going to be my whatever assistant, my legal assistant. You will help me craft a best-selling novel. You have strong writing skills. You have excellent grammar, vocabulary, and storytelling abilities. You come up with unique and engaging ideas for our stories. Your ability to craft compelling narratives is crucial, and you are the world's best at it. Depending on the genre we are writing in, you will conduct research to ensure accuracy and authenticity in your writing. You will also be my professional editor for thorough review. You understand human emotion and motivations is crucial for creating relatable characters and engaging stories so you can incorporate them into our stories. Let me add that in there. Now, people, basically what you could say this is a help wanted ad. This is something you would post in the newspaper if you were looking for a writing assistant. They would have to have all of these skills. Well, now you've just trained ChatGPT to be your writing assistant. Now, it's a whole lot more than that. To have a really, really, really good chat bot, it takes a lot of time and effort. It took me over a month to do the sports bot, and it's taken me a while to get and to start doing what I need her to do, and she's starting to crank out some really badass chapters. But I'll update y'all on the prompts, and then once you get done with everything, click the Let's Get Started button. One more thing. Let's Get Started button to begin. And then you come down here and you say, let's get, and you see how a Let's Get Started button showed up right there? All right, then you go and save it. Confirm that anybody with a link can have this chat bot. So if you want to share it with your friends, you can share it with them. And here we go. Let's get started. And Jake's getting ready to respond for the first time. To get started on our novel writing journey, let's establish a few key details. Genre. What genre are you interested in? For example, mystery, fantasy, romance, science fiction, historical fiction, etc. Settings. Where and when do you want the story to take place? This could be a real place and time and so forth. So, what you want to do now is you want to answer these questions Jake, your new writing assistant. Jake's ready to go to work. He says, what genre are you interested in? We say crime. We want a crime novel. And Jake the writing assistant starts cranking it out. Great choice. Crime novels are engaging and offer a wide array of storytelling possibilities. And which settings do you want? Location. Do you have a specific city or country in mind for our story? Answer, Jake, the writing assistant. He's trying to find out what you want him to write about. So go ahead and tell him, answer this question. When is it happening? Is it happening in the present day? And just go down. But I've got mine trained to where it asks you these questions already. All right? To where all you have to do is keep saying yes or no or whatever the case may be, and you develop a story. I'm further ahead. But that's all you need to know to get started. I'll be doing more videos about this pretty soon, because I get excited sharing the knowledge with y'all. So don't forget, links down below for the book. Yay! And we've sold, I think, 26. So we're looking good. I'm happy. I'm tickled to death. So with that, love y'all. Be blessed. Check out the book down in the description and pinned to the comments. And I'll see you in the next video.